But you're fighting Canelo Alvarez, man. Nobody ever heard of you. Nobody even knows your name. All that stuff.
I know Canelo. He's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. Weight classes.
Floyd Mayweather responded to talk of Terence Crawford fighting Canelo Alvarez, calling it a strong matchup but urging caution. He emphasized boxing's dangers, especially with the big weight gap, and warned Crawford to think twice before stepping into the ring. It's not a game, he reminded everyone.
And it's a good matchup with those two. You know, may the best man win. But this sport is something that you can't play with. Boxing is something that you can't.
Terence Crawford is determined to prove doubters wrong, calling the Canelo fight a challenge he welcomes. He thrives on difficulty and believes in his power and skill. Despite critics claiming Canelo is too big, Crawford remains confident and focused on showing the world he can rise to the occasion.
Because of the challenge. Yeah. I love the challenges. And I love the people that I hear him now. You're too little. You know, Canelo gonna break you. He's gonna stop you. You come from 147, that weight too big, this and that. I can hear it now. And that just excites me to go in there and just be like, okay, let me prove him wrong once again.
That fight would be gigantic. If Canelo gets through Jamel and then you guys fight, that fight would be gigantic.
And it's crazy because, like, in the past interviews, I was like, man, Canelo too big, man. It's weight classes for a reason. I was like, nah.
Weight classes exist in boxing to protect fighters from unsafe size mismatches. The proposed bout between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez highlights this concern. Canelo fights comfortably at 168 pounds, while Crawford built his legacy in lighter divisions. Many experts fear Crawford may struggle with the weight jump and power gap.
Weight divisions for a reason, right or wrong?
Manny Pacquiao, bro.
Okay.
What's your take on Manny?
Well, Pacquiao didn't move up 3 weight divisions at once.
Okay.
Fight a pound-for-pound fighter.
Okay, so Canelo's got it. How does Canelo get it done?
I don't know, man. It might be the boringest fight ever. It might be the best fight ever. But I will tell you this: it's not a fight I truly care about. Crawford's not really entertaining. So I don't really care about how he fights. But I will tell you like this: he's a tremendous fighter. He's a great fighter, but he's not really entertaining outside the ring. There's nothing that makes me want to be like, I can't wait to see the next Terence Crawford.
Current fighters aren't staying silent. Rolando Romero stressed that weight classes matter, pointing to the clear size gap between Crawford and Canelo. Floyd Mayweather, who once beat a younger Canelo, admitted Canelo has since evolved, becoming stronger and more dominant. Even back then, Mayweather recognized his raw power and potential.
You know, Canelo said that because when Canelo fought me, he was in his prime. And when I fought, I was an old man. So I wasn't in my prime when I fought Canelo. You know, I was an old man when I fought Canelo. Just like this right here, young guy. Even though I'm old, I got a lot of experience. I'm gonna go out there and just show him that this is the elite level and it's something totally different.
Boxing legend Mike Tyson didn't hold back when discussing Crawford versus Canelo. He believes it's a mistake for Crawford to take the fight, pointing to Canelo's power, relentless pressure, and aggressive style. In Tyson's eyes, the risk far outweighs the reward, and Crawford's chances of victory are very slim.
Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
Yeah, he can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. Just say he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
Rising star David Benavidez shared a mixed opinion. Though he respects both fighters, he'd prefer the fight not happen. He understands Canelo is the top draw in boxing, but he's concerned about Crawford's rapid weight jump. For Benavidez, chasing greatness shouldn't come at the expense of fairness or safety.
Throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168. I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's a money fight, you know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo if Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you, but it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It'd be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are you gonna say? You know what I mean? This is a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, you know, I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, you know, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But you know, I see that weight class, you know, I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly.
Amir Khan, who once faced Canelo himself, offered a heartfelt warning. Reflecting on his own experience, he admitted underestimating the impact of size. Calling Canelo a beast, Khan said he learned firsthand why weight classes matter. His message to Crawford was clear and personal: proceed with caution, not pride.
Beast, man. Canelo the beast, and you know when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was putting out my peak of my career there as well. So, whoever I was gonna fight, I was gonna give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were winning that fight against Canelo, till he knocked me out. But yeah, I was boxing well. But you know, one thing, size. Now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing. Every weight division. But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like, it's a lot of money, you know. I thought about it. What made me, when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, shall I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. That's still one fight. So you gotta do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, like, but Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, yeah. I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more. Especially against the last fight against Mangui. He boxed really well as well. And he's looking really good. He's still, a lot of people might say, oh, he's getting old, this, that, and other. But no, Canelo's still a beast.
I mean, Eddie Hearn says Dawson is level above Adam. What do you think?
I think today, Adam proved he is probably on the same level, and in my opinion, both guys want to fight each other.
Boxing analyst Chobus the Adult shared a chilling perspective. He recalled hearing Canelo's punches ringside, describing the sound as terrifying, even when not thrown with full power. His comment underscored just how dangerous Canelo's strength is, warning that Crawford may be stepping into more than just a tough challenge.
What up, Biz? Who you got? Canelo Crawford?
Yeah, Canelo. I heard the punches that he hit Charlo with. I don't know if Crawford can absorb those punches. I know he's a great man, he's a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than Charlo. I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody could do better than Charlo did last night.
Do skill really pay the bill? Because that would be tough.
Sports analyst Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back during a live interview, openly expressing his dislike for the Crawford vs. Canelo matchup. He was blunt in saying he despises the idea, firmly believing that Crawford is at a clear disadvantage due to the weight and strength differences between the fighters.
Have preposterous power, and Canelo is a guy that has power but is constantly working on it. There's a great clip of him working with Andy Ruiz. You know that shield, that weird hand shield that they hold up for hooks? Yeah. And he's like, this is not for speed, this is just power, just power. He's like, don't try to be fast with this, just power. And you see him,
Legendary boxer Julio Cesar Chavez predicted a knockout if Crawford faces Canelo. While he respects Crawford's skills, he believes Canelo's power at 168 pounds is overwhelming. Chavez sees the fight as driven by money, not fairness. Sean Garcia echoed this, warning that skill alone may not overcome Canelo's raw size and strength.
I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life, and he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go.
Oscar De La Hoya, former champion and current promoter, labeled the Crawford vs. Canelo fight a money grab. He questioned its competitive value, pointing to boxing history where smaller, skilled fighters often lose to larger opponents. In his view, careful analysis shows size usually wins, regardless of talent or technique.
Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35, 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford, brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. But you have to use your movement. if you're Terence Crawford in that fight. The last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know.
People that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford went from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest cattle in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything.
Journalist Raphael countered Stephen A. Smith's stance, arguing that Crawford isn't chasing money, he's chasing greatness. Raphael respected Crawford's ambition but acknowledged the dangerous road ahead. He emphasized that Crawford would need a flawless strategy just to stay competitive. Still, not everyone is against the fight or its potential excitement.
Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar being back in New York over here.
Let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, Back Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right? I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him. The bottom line, this is the truth again, it's a money grab. That's it. Yeah. But Crawford doesn't rely on his power, he relies on his IQ. Crawford, what he did to Spence was magic, was incredible, was amazing. And so, look, one thing about Canelo is that we all know that he walks in the ring as if there's wet cement, right? His footwork is a little too heavy. Crawford is such a smart fighter where he can just, he's like Bruce Lee, literally. And he's in his peak, he's in his prime. And so I think that if that fight ever happens, which I don't think it will, if that fight ever happens, I have to go with Crawford.
Okay, you have it. Oscar De La Hoya talking about.
Terence Crawford is a marvelous boxer, arguably the best in the world, pound for pound. But can you hurt Canelo? If you can't hurt him, I have no doubt he can outbox him. My issue is, if you can't hurt him, what kind of a challenge can you truly pose? What do you say to that?
No, that's a great point. I mean, here's the thing. Canelo Alvarez has a historically great chin. Now, I go way back when he first came to the United States and started boxing, and he found himself on an HBO pay-per-view undercard years and years ago, fighting against the older brother of the great Miguel Cotto. His name was Jose Miguel Cotto, and he had gotten a ton of hype. He had signed with Golden Boy Promotions, and a lot of those of us in the media. And I had seen him a couple of times before that. This is my first time seeing him in person, really paying close attention. And he almost got knocked out in the first round. And I remember Stephen A. almost looking around at Media Row going, what the heck is this all like about? This man can't take a shot. He's going to get drilled. He was lucky that the fight was over, that the round was over in round 1, or there might have been so much more trouble. Stephen A., that was like, 16, 17 years ago. I've never seen him wobbled, rocked, physically, visibly hurt since then. He has an all-time great chin going in the ring with tremendous punchers. Terence Crawford coming up 2 weight classes, do any damage? Yeah, he's a slick boxer, and he's also a good puncher in the welterweight division, in the junior welterweight division, in the lightweight division. But even at junior middleweight, which is where Terence Crawford had his most recent fight back in August, when he moved up and he won a world title, he didn't blow the doors off. He fought a very tough, solid opponent named Israel Madrimov. He gave a good fight. It was very close. Madrimov's people seem to think he might have even been able to edge it out. But if you can't hurt an Israel Madrimov at 154, what the heck are you going to do with Canelo Alvarez, the sturdiest guy in the world, at 168? So that aspect of it is certainly a problem. You mentioned about Charlo. Charlo was there to get his check. I know one thing about Terence Crawford. He's not going to just come to turn up to get the check. He'll at least try. And Charlo, I don't think.
Renowned trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas is one of the few experts backing Crawford. He praised Crawford's intelligence, toughness, and adaptability in the ring. According to Atlas, Crawford is the kind of fighter who adjusts during battle and never breaks mentally or physically. He truly believes Crawford can beat the odds.
He's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is. You know, but who's he beating? He unified the, what was his first division? Lightweight, then he unified the junior, then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight.
That's all for today's show.